the plan for today. The topic we will be discussing. So the title of this, of course, as already mentioned, it is it is managing information system projects. So we are focusing more on the project stuff. Okay, when we have a project, how do we manage it? And actually, a project, the scope of the project we will be discussing will be on information system. But anyway, there are techniques and there are things, there are elements, there are components, there are concerns, there are guidelines, challenges, or every other thing that we discussed today would be very useful and applicable to any concept of projects as well. Of course, certain details may be different, but think about first, what is a project? Have you done any projects before? I think so, right? What is it? What is the definition of a project? Not like what project you have been doing, right? But what is project? When you do a project, what does it mean? Yes? There are certain tasks that we do to get some output. Okay. So every project has what? Goal, right? Output means it is one of the goals. Output, whether it is tangible, like building a house, is it a project? Yes, right? To build a house, one of my favorite example, right? Construction project. So building a house is also output. It can be tangible. What else can be a project? Give some example of a project you have been doing. Can you? Building software. Okay, software is also a project. How about any of you join student union? Working in student union of AIT? No, none of you? Oh, really? But is there any student union projects going on that you are aware of? Mobile application? What do they do in the student union? Create mobile app for what? About what? To cost driven. To post event. So what is the output of that mobile application project of the student union? The goal, I mean, what is this mobile application about? For us to post certain events. Okay, promote the event. Okay, so the output of that project is a mobile app to do something, right? Okay, any other thing else about student union project? Last semester, did you participate in some kind of sport? Mini Olympics. Is it a project? Organizing mini Olympics in AIT, can it be a project? Then it is not about software development. It's not about building a house, right? But still it's a project. Okay. Is your thesis, suppose you're going to do a thesis, is it a project? Your thesis or your research? Yes, it can be a project. So what does it have? Okay, project should have planning. Should have a goal, objective, goal, things that we wish to do or accomplish, right? Okay, what else? Maybe if you cannot give a definition, right, you should be able to say that what are the components or things that a project would have. For sure, we say that project would have, okay, we are not talking about this. I'm not using paper plane, but components, elements that the project has, for sure, goal. Every project, do you have resources? When you do a project, do you need resource? You need, right? Usually, what are those resources you need? People? You need people? Money, sure, right? We cannot do a project without money. Maybe you can, if you use your effort and you don't count your effort as some kind of financial value. A project could be just clean AIT. Can you redo all the cleaning stuff among AIT? We need just people to help, right? Maybe collect all the garbage and everything, put things nicely, make AIT green, put all nice plants and so on. Do we need money? Maybe not exactly, but we need people, we need their time. Do you need time? Yes. Project resource could be money, people, time. Do you have unlimited time for every project? Never. Every project should have a deadline, right? They will say that, oh, next month we finish this. We achieve this goal of mobile app or something within certain period, with this amount of money, with these people, and so on. So in terms of project, we need plan. Usually it is goal-oriented. The plan should be towards the goal of your project. We need, of course, mostly your project of customers or those who can tell you whether you achieve the things or not. It's not like, even if it is yourself is then a customer, right? You tell whether your project achieve what you want or not, ask that person. It's not you, right? If you're developer and you said, okay, I fulfill my project, no. If it is a thesis, then maybe your committee. They will say that, oh, your thesis not good enough now. Do more, okay? You need process too. You need a plan. You need an activity, set of activities to do. You need people or team, whether you alone or many more. You need resources. These are kind of, as I said, time, money, and even equipment, right? If you want to make AT even greener, you need the trees, the plants. These are also resources, right? Okay. You need your team commitment. This is very important. Okay. So if we are to define a project, then we can say it is a temporary, and I put here a number of definitions, but then I will conclude with something. It could be defined as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product. It has an output, right? Your output could be a product, could be a service, or could be a result. Something that you can share and tell. A result could be you want to survey how happy AIT people are. It's not a product, it's not a service, it's a result. Maybe you define that, okay, the happiness index, gross happiness index of AIT people, something like that. Then you say, okay, gross happiness index of AIT is 4.5, something like that. This is the result. But it's, again, is the goal that you want some output, okay? You want to create and at the end obtain certain output. Tangible, not tangible, fine. And another component or another thing is that it involves individual or collaborative enterprise. So it could be a group of people, group of stakeholders, team that do together, plan to do things together to achieve the same goal. Everybody has the same goal of something, but this goal could be divided into many sub goals or something. That's fine. Were you football fans? Any of you are? You are? Okay. Which teams you support? How about the recent World Cup? You follow everything, the matches? Okay, the Argentina. So can we say that football, the World Cup, is it a project? each national team, right? The project is what? What is the goal? To win the World Cup. Do you think there are any teams? Oh, I want to be the second. The goal is to be number one for sure. Every team, whether they achieve it or not, but their primary goal is to win the World Cup, right? Achieve or not, another thing. Did they put all this? Yes. Okay, this customer is something different, but they need to have some plan. They do practice, they do strategic plan and so on. They have a team, they have commitment. Considering this, also, this is fulfilled in terms of this definition, is the team and not only just the players, the coach, the supporter must be there, right? Even the government give all resources to support for the practice, for the airplane, for the food and everything. That has to be there. And everyone has the same goal. Okay, then this is what we can define, okay, easily about what a project is. So for sure, project has a goal. For sure, project needs a team, and project needs a plan, and of course, the resources and so on. And what are we discussing here is about the project management. Actually, if we talk about back to our course, it's information system development and management. So for sure, we are talking about information system project as the focus of our course, not only project alone, but must be information system projects. Okay, but as I said, we can apply things we learn to other kinds of projects too. Okay, so using these definition, what is information system project? Of course, the same is temporary endeavor. Temporary, okay. We never say permanent, right? No project is kind of no time period. Every project has time period, so it's temporary. Okay, so the output of an information system is what? Information system project. The output must be the information system. But what is it? Remember, components of information system is what? I think we have 5 components. What are they? Things, components in the information system. Anyone remember? Search. I think you have all the resources there, right? You can, anyone can tell me what are the components of information system, then we move further. I'm waiting. This is open book question. Hardware, software, human, yeah, people, data. One more thing. Pardon? Procedure. Yes, this is information system. So when we talk about project or information system project, I mean, don't think about only software, right? We still have hardware, software, people, data, and procedure or process. So this is, but of course, certain projects may focus on buying software, buying hardware, and then developing in-house software, train people, define new process or procedure. Okay, when you have software, you need procedure, right? That, as I said, always about SIS, you need procedure that students have certain deadline period. Survey, explore available courses, do the registration. Next step is advisor approve or reject. Student may add and drop and so on. These are the procedures, but software and hardware are just facilitating. But when you define, let's say that we establish new university, of course, you need to define all these procedures. You are not only build the software, right? And not buy the hardware alone. You need to also develop and define the procedure and make the software and procedure alongside with each other, be consistent and then work together. Okay. So information system in terms of results need these 5 components to be together. Okay, define and then working smoothly, transparently together, so on. And when we have a software information system project, successful project, that is one of the article, right? We are having the assignments that you read certain sets of articles. Okay, they talk a lot about successful projects or factors that make projects fail and so on. Most of the case, projects would be successful or fail rely a lot on the management of the project. And if we think about thesis, research, or even your semester coursework, this is also project. Your goal is to pass the semester with at least, if not straight A. Okay, everyone, I'm sure your goal, you want straight A. Don't say that, oh, I only want 2.75, just passing the probation. I'm sure you want straight A. Whether you can achieve or not, or you change your goal a little bit, it's fine, right? So that is the goal, your semester project. I mean, thinking of semester study as a project. But then if you fail to achieve the goal, now you need to come back. Whether you have proper project management for your project or not. I mean, I'm not talking about specific project, right? I'm talking about achieving or passing your semester coursework. Or let's say just this subject, ISDM. Everybody set the goal, you want A for this course. Whether you achieve it or not, we come and analyze, okay? All right, so achieve it or not, start from good management. Not only whether you are a good student, you have strong background, you code 24 hours a day, you are best programmer of the world. It doesn't guarantee that you will pass this course as with the A grade. No, there are many other things you need to manage. Okay, all right. And these are, we call trade-off because there are things that you have to balance. Every project management needs to balance this thing. This is what for sure we want to maximize, right? This is called project triangle, project management triangle. You can apply to any types of project. We want quality. As I said, maybe passing the semester quality is A. Okay. You need time. You need time management. You have the time factor. You have resource factor, such as yourself, your friends who may perhaps help you to study together. Maybe money. You need to eat, right? You fill your stomach. You need equipment. You need the computer. Otherwise, you cannot learn. You may need iPad. You may need internet. These are resources. Next is the scope. Okay, let's put back to our information system project. And in particular, inside it has software, hardware, and so on, right? So if it is information system, it has scope of features of functionality defined. Your information system should support, okay, let's say SIS, support students to register, to add, to drop, to view their grade. These are functionality. Of course, it should support faculty to view the whole class list, to analyze students in the class, to see the grade of the student in the past semester, and to do many more. So these are features or scope of your project. How big, how small your project would cover. Okay. Why we say that they are triangles? Because if you read, usually for time, you want more, you want less. When everybody is working on a project, you want to finish it in less time or long time. If we talk about the customer needs, right? We want short. Even if you talk about yourself, or you want to do things in the shortest way possible. So you want the time schedule to be shortest. How about resources? If we talk about sponsor, okay, ask sponsor, those who assign you the project, will they give you unlimited resources? Or they will minimize the resource, right? As less as possible so that they make profit. Think about the company. They invest to develop a new information system. So they want the new information system to be ready in the shortest period of time possible. They want resources to be least as possible, right? Cheapest, but still best quality. They want also scope. How about scope? If you talk to customer about the software, usually they want more or less scope of functionalities. More. If I ask you, right, I'm developing some mobile application for student union. Oh, if they ask for your opinion, oh, I want the mobile app to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everyone can come up with very good ideas of the scope, of the functionality. But then, if you reduce this, usually if you reduce the time, if I am your customer, I say that, oh, I want it. You say you need 1 month. I say, no, I cannot wait. I give you only 2 weeks. Can you do that? If I negotiate with it, you just say no, or you what? If I am your thesis supervisor, you're developing something. And you said, I said to you, finish this in just 2 weeks. You said, I need 1 month. I said 2 weeks. What will you do? Oh, you negotiate the other factors. Okay, you want shorter time, I reduce quality. Oh, you want shorter time, I need more resource. Maybe I need more people to help me. Oh, you want shorter time, I reduce functionalities or scope. Instead of developing 10 things for me, okay, you cut me half time, right? I develop only half. Okay, so that is why it is a triangle. You have to balance and trade off. You cannot maximize everything or minimize everything at the same time. If you increase this, that must be decreased. If you decrease that, this must be increased or something. You decrease the time, we ask for more resource. You decrease the resource, we reduce the quality or something, right? Everything will not be stable, right? Need a balance and trade off. So this is why project management is also an art, is a soft skill for sure. Okay, it also requires hard skill or technical skill, because if you don't understand the topics, the subject itself, you will not be able to plan and manage time properly. Anyway, this is one thing. If you are in the software world and you have been really working in real industry, this is very, how to say, common thing to happen. Software projects usually go creepy. What does it mean? There are many ways to go creepy. Scope creep, talk to customer, they always want everything. They always want everything. So that is scope creep, increase. Oh, can you add this feature? Oh, I think this is also important. Oh, I thought I also want this and that. Second, attitude creep. What does it mean? That is the team. When things get too much, right? attitude, work morale, and everything could get creepy. Effort creep. Oh, this is when we say more time, we want something more. That means time will increase. Effort creep to every of the project member will be increasing. Before we work 40 hours per week. Oh, with this new deadline, new requirement, we work double, 80 hours per week, for example. Okay, that is the effort creep. Feature creep, scope creep is kind of similar thing depending on in which dimension we are talking about. Okay, and these are all the possible creep that can go on. And there's also very classic research on software project management, and it is called Brooks Law. Sometimes we usually say that, oh yes, because of this project triangle, right? If we want to reduce time, then maybe we increase some resource. But there is also a limit, right? It's not that everything is a kind of linear, right? We cannot just, okay, we reduce time by half, then add people, double the people. Will it always work? Maybe not, right? So this is not linear management, right? Linear formula. So Brooks Law said that in his book of Mythical Man Month, adding more people to a late project makes it later because the overall productivity has certain saturation, something like that. You have 10 people, maybe that's good enough. You add 20, it doesn't increase more. It's this 10 additional people perhaps are not adding any more value to the project, and even get things delayed because they're new, they don't understand, they need training and so on. People who are before may really need to spend even extra time to help these new people. Okay. All right. And as I said, not everything is a linear. And this is also important. The more people work on the project, the more overhead required to coordinate the work, for example, right? When your team is bigger, yes, you have more hands, more heads, but also to make everyone understand and work in a team, a very good team working, right? It's not easy. So that is the overhead. Okay. So let's look at certain definition of things related to project management. So when we talk about project management, based on what we discussed, right? It's a kind of, what is it? It's an application. You need to apply knowledge, skills, even you need certain tools, right? You're not just using your mouth, speaking, managing alone. You need some nowadays, and also technique to manage the project activities, streamline them, manage them, tackle them in order to meet the project requirements. So this is one definition. Another is, we can say that project management involves a method and set of techniques. And nowadays, there are a number of principles, guidelines, even best practices and things to follow. Okay, and these are perhaps some accepted principles of management in terms of planning we will learn. It's not just that you make any kind of plan, right? You just need some technique, some guidelines, some way to make a proper planning. Estimating, when I say that, okay, I want a house. I want you, okay, not a house, just be in our scope. We talk about, I want a new student information system. I think the old one, the current one is not good enough. I want it to be a mobile application. Student registration system on mobile phone. Okay, the current one is perhaps slow, old, and only web-based on previous techniques, not up to date now, not very modern. I want a modernized registration system for students on mobile phone. I want to hire you. Tell me how long you need. Tell me how much you want to charge me. Can you just say it now? No. You need proper planning. Oh, then, how I need 2 days to understand the features. I need 5 days to design this database. I need coding for 2 weeks. I need testing. I need migration from previous project to current one. Something like this. You need the plan, right? You need to know before you can tell me that, oh, I can finish everything for you for 1 month or not. And how much do you charge me? Oh, you need to also estimate, right? Machines you don't have. Okay, you need to buy more machines. You need a server. You need this, you need that. How much would it cost? Okay. And you also need to define the activities. First step, what do you need to do? Now you need to go talking to people. How many people you need to talk? Who you want to talk to understand the requirements? Who will be the user, finally do the testing for you, and so on. And what are these steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you doing kind of step by step or integrating? Iterating some steps or parallelizing some steps. Okay. These are also what we have to define. Okay. And actually, there are a number of practice, guidelines, standard, or things we can learn, set of methods and techniques, as I said. Okay, so these are elements involved in software project. I should say it will be fine for information system too. Okay, because information system also needs hardware too, right? People, process, and so on. But what you need in terms of project management activities, if you are project manager in the future, if you want to be a software information system project manager, okay, a manager of a software project. Basically, it will be the entire information system project manager, okay, or particular just the software, because the company already have hardware and everything. We just take care of the software, new software development, that is also fine. But then this project manager, if it is kind of your career you're interested in, he should have these capabilities: planning, put the right man on the right job, staffing, know how many people you need, what skills of people you need in your team, directing, right? Managing, controlling, directing, organizing things, and so on. Okay, then let's look at these activities together. From first, planning. It's easy. I think everybody knows how to plan. But put it in systematic way before you can plan anything. You need to define, okay, the definition first. Planning means determining action, right? When you make a plan, when we make a project plan, what is it in there? oh, what to do, right? Task number one, action number one, action number two, and so on, and two and three, and so on. So before you can define the action, you need to know clearly goals and objectives. And that is why when you soon do a research or thesis, the very first thing you need to define is what is the objective of your thesis. If you don't define them well, you don't even know what's next, right? Define the objective of the things to be well defined, clearly defined, understood. The objective and the goal must be there from the first. My mobile app, SIS, clear. I want a new SIS on mobile phone as an application. And my goal, my objective, my scope, clear. It should run in any types of mobile, Android, iOS, Huawei, or whatever. Okay. It should be, it should support basic features for students and faculty. Suppose these are my things. I can define 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I can develop further the task and so on. The next activity, directing, means that mostly it's related to people. When you are the project manager, you are directing, not directing the hardware, right? You are directing the people in the team. Okay. So you must have leadership. You build and create atmosphere that motivate and support people in the team to commit and work together on the same goal. Being a project manager is not just telling people to do things, right? It's like when you do a sport. Do you do sport yourself? A team sport? Anybody plays any team sport? What do you play? You play something? Volleyball. Wow, okay. Which do you have any team you support? Apart from being a player yourself, do you watch volleyball? No? Not much? Okay. You know which team in last time in the Olympics? Which team do I support? Of course, recently there are also Thai teams winning quite good, I mean being in very good in the league and in good rank as well, the women team. But for Thai people, I think we go and crazy for a Japanese team too. Okay. And okay, we're talking about sports because it's not that sport is good. Why do I use a lot of sports example? Because when we want to talk about teamwork, motivate the team to do something, you look at sports team. Everybody has the same goal of winning. Either it is a football, everyone wants to make goals. Defend also goes from the do the offending and so on. But everybody wants the same goal, and they put effort and tirelessly, right? Nobody says, okay, I'm tired, I go. They keep running, they keep fighting, working hard. This is why the coach is very important to build the team spirit. The same for any project. If you can make your project team commit, motivate to the same goal of your project, you will be likely to get good results for sure, right? Compared to everybody is lazy, not want to do work, you make appointment to group project meeting, nobody shows up on time, you make a call, hey, we have meeting today, 5 o'clock, where are you? What is the thing for this, right? It's very different. Okay, so project manager needs to get things in a very good atmosphere. Sometimes, of course, that's why they go hang out They need to build relationship for people to work together. Good relationship is important. Okay. All right. And organizing, that means you arrange related work for the accomplishment of the objective, identify the group and tasks, and make, okay, this group of people work on this. The other group of the team do this, and so on. This is kind of organizing, okay? You organize the work, assign the right amount of time, right amount of work to the right group of people, okay? Controlling is not only directing and say people to do, right? You need to also control in terms of deadline, also monitoring the quality, right? You want good results to be returned within certain timeline, okay, and plan. So this is also the controlling and monitoring part, measuring the performance of the whole team. Not only one man show, right? Oh, everybody, we have a team of 10, but only one person is working hard. The other are just relaxing. No, you need to control, monitor, measuring performance, and make sure everyone is working with good quality. Okay, so we need monitoring, reporting system too. Who is the team lead? Reporting system doesn't mean write a report, but the report in terms of who report to whom. I am the leader, you work for me. Whenever you have any issues, come to me, something like that. This is the reporting system too, okay? Okay, standard performance, KPI, this can be defined. Staffing include putting people into proper position. In the project, it's not only one same task, right? These people is, as I said, architect for software architect. This is coder, this is tester, this is analyst, this is business unit, and so on, okay? Fill the position and proper training is also to be organized as well. Not everybody is good at everything from the beginning, right? Continuous support and promote them with new knowledge by proper training is needed, either in-house training, either sending your team to attend other training courses somewhere is fine. Okay. So when we talk about the responsibilities and things, so those are all together, they are the management activities. And then to summarize, a project manager do two key things. First, managing people. The heart gets hot. Because people have feelings, people can get sick, people can get bored, people can get demotivated, and so on. So how can we manage them? People can even fight with each other. Oh, I don't like that person. Don't put me in the same team. No. How can you do that, right? Okay. So you need to be a project leader. If you are a project manager, you need to not only manage the people in your team, but liaise with stakeholders, the executive of the company. They have new idea for the new project, right? Let's say, suppose we back to this example, mobile SIS system. Oh, the president of AIT wants this. Why? We don't have cool mobile, modern mobile app. This is the direction, policy, vision from our president. So if you're project manager, you need to liaise to him and to other people, not only to your team, right? Manage human, setting up reporting hierarchy. This is what I already mentioned, right? In terms of managing people, you define setting project scope. You manage project activity, monitor the progress, be sure that everything will be in time, right? Will be according to the plan you have in mind. Possible risk is everywhere. Have you ever come across anything that corrupts in the last minute because something unexpected happened? Have you? I think that's usual, right? Sometimes you have exam tomorrow. Oh, I mean, I had this experience because students, exam time today, yesterday they went for some sport. Oh, they got problem with the accident, sport accident, could not come to sit in the exam. Some students may have COVID. Some students may have some urgency to fly back because of family issues in their home country. Some family member may got sick seriously or whatever, right? So everything can happen. Risk can happen. Or even somehow the project sponsor don't want it anymore. Oh, I changed my mind. Okay, just cancel this project. We don't want it. This is also a risk. Okay. And even something related to the project plan, such as the competitor. We are about to develop new platform as a service. Let's say, suppose we are Netflix, right? We want to launch new system with new feature or something. Then somehow Disney Plus launch something, same thing before us, or have some news that they are launching next week. If you are the management of Netflix, no, we need to launch before Netflix. So the plan of the project before it was set to finish in another 2 months. Now they said, no, next week you finish everything because we need to compete with Disney Plus. Oh, this is happening, right? This is the risk. Risk in terms of everything that you have planned needs to suddenly change. Okay. And anything related to the project, it is you to liaise, to communicate, to speak, to plan, to negotiate, and be reminded that, of course, customer is the God. Sponsor or stakeholders also are a supreme God. Then it doesn't mean that you need to be a yes man. When there are things you cannot do, or you are not the project manager that say yes to everyone and then push things to your team, right? When the company said we want this in 1 month, before it's just 2 months, now they reduce the time to 1 month. Then you can say that it's impossible, we cannot do. We have limited people. We have this just this time. We have this and have that. You may need to negotiate, but properly. You don't need to say yes for everything and then force your team to work 24 hours, right? That is not a good manager. Okay. Okay, so the skills. Back to the manager's role and responsibility. Then these are skills you should have and develop. If you don't have yet, no problem. Everything can be developed. But you know, you should be able to analyze. You have analytical skill. And when we talk about information system and software development project, we need system analyst skill, analytical skill in terms of system. You need to understand the systematic functionality of the software and so on. You need management skill, leadership. You need to have enough technical skill in the subject matter, right? If you are the project manager of a mobile app and you know nothing about mobile app technology, oh, you will have a problem. Because then you cannot estimate proper time and you don't know proper technology, okay? Also conflict management, as I said, we tend to have conflict for sure among the team, with the management, and so on. You need also customer relationship and stakeholder relationship skills too. Okay. Okay, now these are the things related to what is a project, what does project managers do, and what are the activities of projects and so on, and what are the kind of projects triangle and the trade-off. We need to balance them. Then here comes when you are the project manager and managing a project. These are phases of project management process. Every project has this kind of phase. Longer, shorter, fine, but you have these phases. 4 phases. First, initiation. I'm not talking only about software project, right? Information system project and any kind of project need to have a starting point. Project initiation phase. Then project planning, phase 2. Then after a good plan, after initiation, you form the team, you set up objectives, scope, guidelines, you understand big picture of the project. You make planning. How much resource you need, how much people you need, how much time, how long time you need, and so on. What activities you will set up. These are the planning steps. Phase 3, you do execution, means you just conduct, work on your project based on the setup plan. And then see this, I make it circular or iterative because every now and then when you start executing, not until you finish the project, you need to keep monitoring and controlling of your project. Are you going good? Following the progress, following the plan, consuming not too much of the budget or something like that. Is it likely that your plan goes well? This is the controlling and monitoring cycle that you need to do all the time. And what does it mean? When something happens not following the plan, you adjust the plan. You don't plan things and fix it without any adjustment, right? You need to be dynamic. And if the plan does not go well, the project of 3 months may need 4 months, or what to do? Talk to the stakeholder, talk to the management. Now we got this problem, we need to extend the project duration by 1 month. Something like that. Communicate before. And finally, when everything goes with the plan adjustment and so on, execution, you come to the last phase of closing down. The team will leave, okay, and move on to another project, of course. Now we finish the project, we deliver everything, now bye-bye. I will go for another endeavor, okay? Okay, so let's look at each of the phase quickly together, okay? In the initiation, what do we do in particular? First, of course, you need to define or understand the big picture, okay? Assess the size of the project, the scope of the project, the complexity of the project, and establish all these things. That is initiation, team initiation. Think that, oh, if you are about to do this, who will be there in your team? Some initiation, some plan. Okay, roughly, we need to do this. We have these things in mind, right? When you are about in the initiation, actually, you make some assessment, right? You do it. It's not like you understand big picture and you estimate the team and so on. As I said, make some project management environment workbook, make relationship with customer, define management procedures, and make project charter. This is an example of project workbook. Okay, what in the initiation phase, you may need some kind of document or something. It doesn't need to be lengthy, but it should have good content to tell about the project. So when you invite anyone into the team, you can just share this document, right? And they understand what is it about in the big picture. That is, it should have like overview of the project, description, some initial version of the plan. Everyone, when I invite you to do something with me, first thing you ask, right? Hey, I have a project. Let's do it with me. Will you just say yes? No, I think you will ask, what is it about, Ajahn? Dr. Shutiphon, what is the project about? So that is kind of project description and overview. Second, how long time are we going to do this project, right? You need to know how much time you will need to give commitment to me. It's 2-month project, something like this, okay? And of course, you need to define roughly the scope and the risk. Before doing everything, actually, whether you write it or not, I think you have, if you are cautious, you have kind of some caution minded, you will analyze some possible risk as well. You should. Okay, everything has a risk, whether likely or not likely to happen. You need management procedures such as we have, when you say yes, you want to do project with me, I need to define with you as well. Oh, management procedures mean we meet every week, Monday, 9 o'clock. Can you do that? If you can, then of course we work together, right? This is, for example, one example of management procedure. Meeting time, or working hours, or who do you report the work with, and so on. This has to be roughly defined, right, in the initiation phase. Description about the data, about the process, about the team, and then the project charter and project schedule. Okay. When we talk about project charter, this is also a standard document. Mostly every project has. It's a short document for the customer. When you communicate with the customer, you can show this document describing the deliverable. What do customer could expect? What are the things customer could expect? Okay. Title, date, manager, who are the in charge person, right? Customer and contact person, manager and contact person, the official start date and end date. This should be defined. You should have some idea, but whether it is going to change later on is another story, right? But beginning, you need some idea. You cannot invite anyone to be with you in the project and say, oh, I don't know when it is going to end. Okay. Key people, stakeholders, role and responsibility of each stakeholder, whether they are kind of supporter, sponsor, regulator, and users or what. Project objective, assumption, description, signature. This is just kind of some formality. This is not really required. It depends on the nature of the work culture you have in the company, right? But usually we want something. If it is with very many people and parties, signatures mean we get official approval, we get official endorsements, we get agreement. Okay, sometimes that is the thing. When people agree to work together, sometimes we need signature. When people agree to give money to support, okay, signature will guarantee that they cannot say, I don't remember I used to say this to you. Oh no, I never hire you. You may say that, right? So this is just for formality. Okay, so I go to the next phase. Okay, this is the that was the initiation. Then next is the planning. Planning, you have many things to plan, not only time, money, and so on, but there are more than that. You need to define clearly scope in this phase. Of course, in the initiation, you define the scope already, but here we define more. Scope, alternative, and feasibility. So in the planning, you go deeper. I want to do this. Is it feasible? You need to analyze, right? Not just do it. Not Nike, not just do it. Analyze it first. Is it feasible? Determine project standards and procedure. Divide project into manageable tasks. This is the definition of activities. Okay, tasks and activities. Identify and assess risk. You need risk analysis, risk management. What if every team member leave the project? Could be, right? Sometimes some project has very bad manager. Oh, I'm fed up with the person anymore. So bossy, calling at night time, working hard and so on, and I quit. And everybody quit. What to do? That is also a risk. Budget, resource plan, preliminary schedule, communication plan, such as I said, every project, every weekly meeting or something. And then make baseline project plan, scope statement, and so on. Okay, so these are the tasks I already mentioned. We will learn this in detail in the next class in terms of planning the task and scheduling the project. We learn Gantt chart, work breakdown schedule, work breakdown structure, and also network diagram, critical time part, and so on. But this is just an idea. Okay, we'll learn next time in more detail. Basically, it allows us, this kind of tools and techniques allow us to properly plan the activities and estimate the time. When I say to you that I want this mobile app, how long time you need to develop it? You cannot just say 1 month, 2 months or something, right? You need to break down the task. Then you can see, oh, to talk to the user, you need 2 days because first day you talk to students, second day you talk to faculty, for example, or even you need to talk to some staff like the secretary to understand the requirement and so on. Or if you have many people, you can do it in 1 day, but different groups of you, right? Team, go in parallel. You go talk to students, I go talk to staff, and the other teammate talk to the faculty. So you estimate, you plan the activity, then you know how long time each activity would take. Because if you see things in the big picture, you cannot really estimate. But if you break down things, you can estimate closer to the reality. Then also the budget. How much you need, of course, you need to break down, right? Oh, we need designer, developer, we need machine, we need internet, we need this, and then you break down. Then you can define the budget. You cannot just say, oh, I need 50,000. What is the rationale of 50,000, right? Breaking down, you can give rationale. Then communication plan, who you have to talk to, that's it. Project, good project that will succeed, rely on good communication, even among the team, even with others. Other stakeholders, we need to define who are the stakeholders. Only within the company or outside? Also many, okay? The contact person, collect and also frequency and so on. Baseline project plan. So in this baseline project plan, it's kind of the whole plan related to the task, resource needs, and these are the things that when you do the next phase of project execution, you can refer to this, okay? We can start now. Activity 1, task 1, but then we need this. We need this resource, we need these people, we need this money, we need this and that. Okay. Then the next phase of phase 3, execution. How do we do? You start to execute. If you make a planning, you need to execute according to the plan, right? Otherwise, your planning time is a waste of time. Okay? But I'm not sure whether in reality, if you do things kind of unofficial, informally, something like that, informal project management, maybe you have everything in your mind. If you are doing individual projects, sometimes you don't look at the plan. You just write the plan because maybe I refer to the thesis. When students do a thesis, they definitely, when make a proposal, they make a plan. Write a plan. Okay. First, I talk to user, I do literature review, I start designing, start coding, so on and so on. And then this require 1 month and another month and so on, right? I'm not sure how serious you refer to the plan and check whether you really do according to the plan. I question, right? But everybody, every student, when they make proposal, they have plans because it's a requirement that you need to present. What is the plan to do your project within the semester to complete your thesis? Oh, okay. First week I do this, second week. I believe nobody comes and check. I mean, you're the student. Never check yourself whether you're still, I should not say nobody, but mostly students may not check. They just have some feeling. They use their feeling. Okay, so it's not proper project management, but it's feeling project management. Okay, but in real project doing seriously in a company setting, business setting, okay, serious project, you need to check the plan, execute according to the plan, and monitor whether you are within the plan or behind the plan or not, or ahead of the plan. And then that is to monitor the progress, right? To check, to monitor. And if there are needs in terms of changes, because, oh, somehow we take 1 week extra already due to some problems occurring. You cannot finish things last week. You extend it for 1 week. So the plan must be changed or adjusted so that you see that, oh, now you are delaying behind the schedule. What to do? And then maintain, right? Maintain the plan. I mean, update the plan after you keep monitoring, updating, adjusting. And make sure you properly communicate your project with people that must be communicated. If it is your thesis, oh yes, you communicate with your advisor. You must. Okay, in case you get extra support, you have some problem, you can consult. Okay, then in the last phase, phase 4, close down, everything is done. We need to close the project now. As I said, we go bye-bye. Close down the project. But before, it's not just like you collect everything, get into the box and then leave the company, right? It could be that you are an outsourcing team. You come into this company. Let's say you work for IBM. Many people, company may hire IBM team to do some software project, right? Information system project. Once your project is done and finished, yes, you leave the company, but you can go to the next project that IBM would assign you. Okay. So before you really leave, conduct post-project review. What is right and what is wrong? What are the things you learned from your project? What are the good things you have done in this project? You have developed good technology, new for this company. You invent something new. You have developed some mechanism to work within the team. Because of the COVID time, we start using more of the Zoom meeting. We use stand-up meeting, but then through Zoom, this is new things that make life good and project activity, productivity boost up. Okay, this is a good thing. You review and then you keep this as kind of best practice, good practice for the future projects. So the review allows you to check or tell yourself certain lessons learned. What are things that is bad with this project, and then you will not repeat. Okay, this is important. If you never do any review, maybe you just flow yourself with the thing and you forget things. Actually, there are very good things and experience you learn, but you don't take them out. Okay, for the team, it's not only for yourself, right? Sometimes it's a thing to share among the team and then learn together, practice and develop together. Even the team stuff, technology stuff, and so on. Okay, and then close the customer contract. We say goodbye, everything, okay, and so on. So that's the end of the project phase for the project management phase, the last phase of the closing down. Okay, so I think I'm fast today, very efficient, follow the plan and then finish things ahead of the time. So anything we should say today? Any questions, any issue? Otherwise, so let's summarize. That is, I think we have discussed these 4 phases of project management. Okay, initiation, planning, execution, and close down. This is the key things. And of course, we learn about the project. We learn about project management, the importance of project management, the challenges that you would face when you really do a real project. Again, keep recording things, good things, bad things that you repeat or you avoid, right? Even, I think many of you are not new students. Last semester, you take courses, you learn what are good practices you have done that you want to repeat. What are bad practices or things to avoid from last semester that you learned, that you experienced, you plan, you manage yourself? This is the thing that perhaps sometimes you should kind of reflect, right? Do your self-reflection. Sometimes you don't ever look back and take the experience you have to improve yourself for the future. This is also the thing we use this kind of project management techniques, but apply to any things of yourself. And it is a good technique. Oh, last time you managed the time well. You use library to study and it works well for you. I mean, the same thing that works well for someone may not need to be working well for others, right? But you know what works well for you, what doesn't work well for you, okay, and so on. All right, anyway, that's the thing I want to summarize. And then if nothing, then I say, finish the class and then enjoy your lunch. And then we see each other next Monday. And don't forget the assignment we have. And next Monday, we'll talk about the project planning in more detail. So we learn the cost analysis planning. We learn about the project activity and scheduling. Okay, these are the this will be the main focus for next week. And we will surely have works to practice, exercise, and assignments on the project planning. We need to practice how to make proper plan for some projects.